Hi, I'm Mike Glenn, Senior Pastor of Brentwood Baptist Church. And you would realize that as a pastor, one of the things I love to do is I love to study Scripture. And in fact, if I could do that and only that, I would just love it. I find the Bible fascinating. It intrigues me at all kinds of levels. And people ask me, where'd you learn to love the Bible like that? Where did you find that? Honestly, I found it in my home. I found it from my dad. I've told you the story before about I bought my dad a new Bible because his Bible was literally falling apart. He'd have to get up and make sure the sections would still stay in it. And so I bought him a new Bible, and I went home a couple of weeks later, and he hadn't used the new Bible at all. So I said, Dad, I got you the new Bible. And he leaned over to me and said, Son, that new Bible doesn't know anything. And what he meant was all his notes and all his reminiscings and thoughts were in the old Bible, and the new Bible didn't have his notes, so he couldn't remember anything when he read his new Bible, so he kept the old Bible until he died. He taught a Sunday school class for over 40 years, and sometimes the class was actually bigger than the church. Now, I don't know how that happened, but there'd be more people attending his Sunday school class than would actually be attending the church. My favorite memory of my dad is him sitting in his chair on Saturday night, pen in hand, Bible open in his lap, and his Sunday school quarterly. And this is his last Sunday school book. It was on his desk, on the table next to his chair when he passed away. Here is the last bulletin that he had on that Sunday. And on the margin, he's written all the names of the people he's praying for out of his Sunday school class. I learned to love Scripture watching my dad study the Scripture. And every now and then he'd get excited and he'd come running in and going, hey boy, look what I just found out. And he would share me some insight that he had. And then he would walk back to his chair mumbling out loud how he would teach the lesson the next day. That happened every Saturday of my life. When I got out and started pastoring a church, he would call me every Saturday, no matter where I was. I could be on vacation. I was on a cruise one time. He called me. And he would say, hey, I paid for your seminary education. I want some of it back. And he would ask me some question about the passage he was reading, and I would give him something to give him a little insight or get excited about it. He said, oh, I got it now, boy. I got it now, boy. And he'd hang up the phone. One of the saddest days of my life was the first Saturday after he passed away. And I waited all day for him to call. I have a legacy of loving Scripture from my dad. His Bible went from his lap to mine. I love reading the Scripture. I love teaching it. I got that from my dad. That was his legacy, which made me think out loud about what kind of legacy I left my boys. Do they love Scripture? Do they love reading it because they saw me love reading it? What kind of legacy are you leaving? What kind of stories are we going to tell when you're gone? I hope, like my dad, you're leaving behind a great love for God and His Word. And sometime in the future, long after you're gone, there's somebody holding on to your Bible or your Sunday school book, telling you what an impact you had on their life. I'm Mike Glenn, Senior Pastor of Brentwood Baptist Church. Thanks for joining us. I'll be eager to hear about the legacy you're leaving. Hit subscribe, hit like, and we'll see you next time.